the other day we watched like a Little Joel video. I'm not super familiar with the guy, but then other of his videos started popping up into my feed. And so I saw this one, and it's a SunnyV2 call out video over this ninja video, The Dark Side of Ninja's Life. And it's interesting because I've seen some like weird takes from SunnyV2 before that were like awkward and kind of uncomfortable in the past, that were just kind of disconnected, and they come off as weird. And I constantly notice like really weird kind of takes. If you watch some of my older SunnyV2 videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I don't really care too much anymore, because at the end of the day, like, you know, who really cares? But there are some bizarre things from him. So I'm going to watch the video myself, the actual core video, and I'm going to see if there's anything that I find particularly suspicious about it. I'm still going to link the other guy's video in there if you want to watch it. I didn't watch it, but it's something, you know, just in case you want that perspective. So this is the dark side of SunnyV, the dark side of Ninja's life from SunnyV2.
Ninja looks rough. I hope he's okay. I hope he's not hooked on anything. Man, every time I see him on here, he looks really sick.
Hey, Linda, how you doing? Thank you so much for the medium gut 2 months.
Ninja doesn't look healthy, man. I'm gonna keep the bottom level. This dude Ninja looks so unhealthy. I hope everything is alright. I haven't seen Ninja in a long ass time. He looks dead. Dude is
I can't believe he got James Earl Jones to do this video with him.
minutes away from being skeletal. Why is it that every time I see Ninja on this channel, he becomes more and more sketchy? When you reach the top, the only place left to go is down.
And that is true. Let's normalize the down, because it's not that bad, okay? It is what it is, bro.
There's one thing that almost everyone can agree on. Ninja certainly isn't what he used to be. At one point, he was what many considered to be a god. A master of Fortnite, a master of streaming, and in many cases, even a master of public image.
Well, let's be real, okay? Fortnite is cringe. I rest my case, Your Honor, right? So let's keep in mind that, like, oh, you think he was so cool. Like, the fact that we ever thought that Fortnite was cool, that was a societal problem, okay? That was a societal problem.
Anyone in particular that you've been impressed with?
All of them, man.
All of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
However, Ninja as a respectable pillar in the gaming community seems to be somewhat of a dated view, an opinion held by a minority of his fan base in comparison to when he was at his peak. And while Ninja's descent from grace has without a doubt been hard on his ego, it's also revealed numerous elements relating to his dark side.
Whoa.
A clear decline in his physical health associated with what many consider to be a potential substance abuse problem.
I mean, maybe it's an interesting thing to speculate on. It's probably just because he's playing Fortnite and drinking, like, whatever they're called, all like G Fuels or whatever all the day. But okay.
Descent into the madness of today's political landscape, including matters relating to
people are being, hold on,
to be a
what
potential substance abuse problem. His descent into
people are being racist in your chat, Ninja. Do something. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it's funny because that's just like the internet. The internet is just like, it's just racism all the time. You know what I mean? Okay.
The madness of today's political landscape, including matters relating to race and privilege, and a dark, hidden, deceptive...
Wait, I want to read what these say.
...descent into the madness of today's political landscape, including matters relating to race and privilege.
In any of these people tweeting actually watching Ninja stream, they know how many times he's spoken out about issues of racism, white privilege, and having zero tolerance for racism in his games or channel. He does his part. He isn't holding a seminar on the topic. He just isn't holding a seminar. Tomorrow I'll be participating in the Blackout Tuesday and will not be streaming it or posting any social media platforms. No distractions from what is happening. I said, oh, Blackout was so dumb to me. I'm not going to stream so that black people could stream. Like, okay, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of these things are performative. Like the black squares, a lot of them are just like meant to make you like look woke. I don't know. I mean, I guess they're well intentioned, but does it really do anything for anybody? I don't know. It would make more sense to just like raid black streamers after your stream is over, but.
And a dark, hidden, deceptive, incredibly fake persona, always pretending to refute ideas and actions that, when digging a little deeper, can be identified in his own behavior.
Okay. Let's see that.
When Ninja was at his peak, the controversies were few and far between. And honestly, it's not like that's very surprising. How much controversy are you going to find when investigating a dude who's so careful about his public image that he wouldn't even play with females in Fortnite?
I don't play with girls streamers.
Ooh, he doesn't play with girls. Absolute based Ninja!
Man, especially in the position that I'm in right now, dude. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. That's all it is.
Now, sure, he certainly wasn't the most liked streamer, mainly owing to the fact that he was simply one of the best players and therefore an easy target to hate.
Any chance, any excuse to hate on Ninja, sign me up.
But in terms of genuine controversy, Ninja was somewhat skilled at avoiding it. But as each social media began to decline in popularity, his personality also seemed to change from a genuine guy who would say whatever he was thinking.
You're averaging 3 kills a game? If I'm gonna be honest with you, because you're being honest.
Well, You just said that he was really worried about his media persona, so doesn't that suggest that he wasn't saying what he's thinking? He was just saying what he thought people would think was okay for him to think. You know what I mean? Okay, but whatever.
Me, that's terrible. 3 kills a game is not good.
To a dude who seemed to be constantly playing a persona.
Do not pick on anyone. There's nothing funny about it.
And this is the first element of Ninja's dark side. A constant persona.
Why does that come as disingenuous? Maybe he's just got older and learned like that bullying people's wrong. What are you talking about? Like, as I've gotten older, I got more sensitive. I used to make some pretty edgy content on TikTok, and I would always make it in good fun. Like, I never meant anything negative by it. But as I got older, or as I got into social media more, I realized that people would take what I would say and they would like use it to be really mean to other people. And that upset me. And so I was like, wow, I don't want people to use like my content as an excuse to bully people. So I was like, that's a big motivator for me. I still make edgy jokes on the stream, but I don't really like to clip the super edgy stuff. Because then, like, if you watch a half-hour video from Papa Gut and I say something edgy, you're going to know that I don't mean anything, like, poorly intentioned by it because you watch my whole content. But if you only see a 5-second clip of just the edgy part, you're going to be like, oh, based, you know? And, you know, you might start to develop, like, some kind of, think that I'm, like, an asshole. Or think that, like, I hate groups of people that I don't. So there's nothing wrong with changing as you get older, but...
that's hiding how he truly feels about certain topics. There's a hilarious video uploaded by Coolia titled Do Not Bully People, Ninja, in which Ninja is giving a monologue about how it's not good to bully people.
If your friends are bullying someone, you should tell them to stop. And if you're the one bullying someone, then you need to just stop.
Followed by numerous clips of Ninja bullying people.
You shut up when I'm talking to you! You shut your mouth!
And this kind of behavior is the basis for exploring the dark side of Ninja's life.
Not really. It just suggests to me that he's changed. If that happened before he made that message, he probably just changed. Like every other person, he got older and that's it. He got more mature. Like, it's not that deep, but...
that he's constantly saying things that are incongruent with his actual personality in order to appear as someone who he isn't.
He bottles it inside him to try and make himself look better, but I think this is really how he does act and how he really is. You know he's really not like that and he's putting on a show for the kids, but it was going to come out eventually, and it has.
Take the don't bully people example. It's clear that Ninja is saying don't bully people to portray himself as an innocent person who would never do something like that to another player, but does he not realize that almost everyone is aware of his past? Everyone's...
Well, then, like, I don't... So then how did you come up with the narrative that he's trying to pretend that he's never bullied people if his entire content base was bullying people for like a long time, or at least it was part of his content? It suggests more to me that he just wants to change and be like a little bit nicer and have a little bit more of a positive impact rather than being like toxic and a contributor to the toxicity. That doesn't suggest any type of hypocrisy at all, but okay.
Seen the clips such as,
You kid. You're adopted.
Now, in reality, there's nothing all that bad about talking dirty to another person on a game when you kill them because it's simply a part of gaming culture. The pathetic, dislikable, dark part comes in when you begin to pretend to be something you're not. Pretending like you never did something in your past to save your reputation instead of just admitting that you've got an equally dark, toxic past as any other quote-unquote bully. This can also be replicated in more recent examples, like when Ninja went out of his way to discuss how he's apparently never said anything racist in the past.
Obviously, you know, besides like that racist, which I never did and always hated when people would still do, and somehow some people still do. 100% not okay to say shit like that. But anyways, never said that anyways in the last couple of years. Anyways, you know,
Okay, he never said that in the last couple of years. Okay.
I digress.
Which is once again another example of him trying to play a politically correct persona when his past tells us that political correctness really isn't in his genuine personality.
Those kids were so bad, dude. I'm so dumb, dude. I'm doing this.
The fundamental...
Wait, where's the racism part, though? He said he hasn't said anything racist in the past couple of years. Can you just show me where he said this is racist things? I'm confused.
He isn't in his genuine personality.
Those kids were so bad, dude. I'm so dumb, dude. I'm doing this.
The fundamental problem as a whole here seems to be that Ninja is constantly trying to be something he's not, which leads to a response...
you just said that you tried to insinuate that he's used to be racist. Like, where is it? I'm secure. Where's the racisms? You have to show me the racism, bro. What the fuck?
From the audience along the lines of...
that you're just a piece of shit no matter what you do. If you try to be, you know, if you try to make a change for the better. You know, you're either fake or a sellout. And
he's literally here telling people that he just wants to make a change to be better. Like, what are you talking about? And, dude, SunnyV2 just no people skills. I swear to God, dude.
people just say that they miss the old you.
But Ninja fails to realize the reason people perceive him as fake is not because he's toxic, not because he's family friendly. It's because, once again, he's trying to be something that he's not in order to appeal to an audience instead of just being who he truly is.
If his numbers are going down while he tries to become more politically correct, then it's safe to assume that it has nothing to do with his numbers. And maybe he just doesn't want to be an asshole. You know? I'm just saying. What are you talking about?
People liked him most when he was the old toxic ninja.
That's what I'm talking about, dude! What is that?
Because they could feel that it was genuine.
I was so used to just swearing
What?
and saying whatever the hell I
They
want.
just like based edginess, which by the way, like I enjoy too. It's fun. That's why I like enjoy like I Show Speed. It's funny. But like, what do you? It's like it's not about whether it's genuine or not. It's funny. That's all it is. And a lot of times it's a performance. Like I Show Speed, it's a performance. Like he's not actually that in real life. It's a big performance. Most of the times the toxicity and the edginess is like half performance. They play it up for attention. It's nothing to do with your perception of what is real. He's getting older and he just doesn't want to be as edgy. It's really not that deep.
Wanted, even, not really caring or if I offended anyone.
And it wasn't just Ninja going out of his way to be toxic in order to appeal to the old audience.
Okay, so how's your protein doing that? How's your protein doing that? How,
This is the reason why people began to like Tfue more when he first started to gain popularity. It's that he did bully people and he did talk a lot of smack.
But I don't want to waste all my mats on this guy when I know I could probably just shit on him.
But he simply owned it and was comfortable and honest about the fact that sometimes he was a bit of an asshole.
If Epic Games is watching my stream, go f yourself.
Tfue maintained this kind of attitude where he was unapologetic about his genuine personality, and as a result, he's had a loyal fan base ever since he blew up back in 2018. But going back to Ninja, an interesting question to answer might be, why did this dark side of his persona only seem to come into play as he began to decline in popularity? Well, when Ninja was at the top, he had no reason to pretend to be something he wasn't because people simply watched him for nothing but his gaming ability. He could be as toxic as he wanted, as nice as he wanted, as genuine as he wanted, and his viewership would not change at all purely because it was the gameplay that people were there for. But perhaps as he's declined in popularity in order to maintain relevance, Ninja feels like he has to play a persona of someone who his audience would like, such as the new politically correct ninja, but fails to realize that this just makes people like him even less because the audience can tell that all he's doing is trying to put forward a certain ingenuine image, which overall is a huge component of Ninja's dark side. And this whole component is a basis for the next element of Ninja's dark side, and that's his bizarre foray into the world of politics. Not his political opinion as such, but more specifically, why is he even getting involved in politics at all? He's a gaming streamer. There have been numerous tweets over the last 12 months relating to Ninja standing with the black community, and his wife stating that Ninja does his part for white privilege and racism. To Ninja.
A black reporter, Omar Jimenez, got arrested with valid media credentials while cooperating with police, all filmed live. And George's murder is still free, tells you that needs to know about America's. Maybe he just believes these things. Maybe he also is a grifter, I guess.
Standing with the black.
Like, here's my thing. Maybe he is just being performative, but the way so far that you've like shown your interpretation suggests to me that like you're kind of disconnected from reality a little bit, and like you don't really. Like, you think that, like, he only... Bro, but people get older and they change. Or they go on the social media for, like... Maybe you're just a sensitive guy that doesn't want to, like, continuously bully people for content anymore. I'm talking about a millionaire. You even said it yourself that he made more money, got more views when he used to be more toxic. So don't you think that maybe... Like, why wouldn't the grift be to... If I was looking for a pure money focus, my grift would be to be more toxic just for the performance to make more money. Like, it doesn't really add up. I don't know why. I don't understand, like, the bad faith interpretations. Like, what if Ninja's you just don't like him anymore? What if it's not that deep?
Community, and his wife stating that Ninja does his part for white privilege and racism. Okay. But this just goes back to the previous point of being ingenuine with his audience. Ninja is a multi-millionaire white guy spending his time playing video games who also seems to be somewhat low in compassion, judging from the way he treats his enemies after he kills them. Who do you think you're fooling, Ninja? You're just making yourself look like an idiot because everyone can tell that you don't really care about these societal issues, and you're just saying words to maintain relevancy and keep up your reputation.
But again, if his reputation was maintained through being toxic and edgy, what you're saying doesn't even make sense. It's more likely that Ninja's just getting older, and maybe he actually cares about, I don't know, social justice issues now that he's getting older. Like, it doesn't have to be this whole deep, like, grift. This is such a... these SunnyV2 videos are always so weird and like disconnected, but okay.
One of the greatest creators on YouTube, Exerbia, summed this up perfectly.
You can jiggle and rearrange words trying to trick your audience into coming away with a particular feeling or sense, but they know when you're bullshitting or trying to be a smartass. I've heard this time and time again on YouTube and found it myself. If you make something trying to pander to what you assume is popular, people always know somehow.
When you post something or make something pandering to what is popular, such as the hot topic of racial inequality, even the people who agree with you on the topic lose respect for you because they can sense the lack of authenticity and the fact that you're only posting it to appease your audience.
But if their audience doesn't like it, you can't make the narrative that it's just to appease your audience. You'd have to make the narrative that he wants to be more like politically correct as a grift. But like you're not even accurately demonstrating that. If your whole thing is everybody doesn't like him for speaking out against racial issues, then the grift argument doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. Like your grift argument doesn't work. If nobody likes it, if he's losing subscribers, then the grift argument doesn't work because he would be grifting in the wrong. Like, it wouldn't be very successful. Maybe Ninja just was speaking out against issues like black issues, and like, not for nothing, but like, black issues were fucking huge, especially in like 2020s. It was impossible to not weigh in on politics while everybody was home, and frankly, a lot of people were just bored because of the coronavirus. So they were like angry, frustrated, they were bored, they were home. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, it's not a bad thing because everything with like George Floyd was fucked up. So it's good that I got called out. But at the same time, if people were actually at work and they weren't home due to COVID, like, we wouldn't have seen the riots in the way that we saw them. But yeah, why does everything need to be a grift? Like, why are you like assuming the worst of people? It's really bizarre. It's really bizarre.
Lose respect for you because they can sense the lack of authenticity and the fact that you're only posting it to appease your audience. On top of this, all Ninja is doing is alienating his audience and speeding up his demise because, as Sneeko said best,
successful people don't play any side politically because they're too smart to know that they'd just be alienating 50% of their clients.
Ninja.
Wow, isn't it crazy that he's like referencing Sneeko? Holy, how the mighty have fallen. Sneeko is the person who classically said that you don't need to pay somebody for some type of like playbook on how to succeed in life, and now he sells like his own Hustlers University.
Argues it's not my job to educate kids who make racist and sexist comments.
Ninja's moronic venture into politics is simply giving journalists a reason to pin clickbait on him, doing nothing besides making Ninja's life more difficult while giving him exposure for all the wrong reasons.
Right, which again suggests that it's not a grift, and because it's not having a positive impact on him or his career. So it seems like, if anything, you're justifying why he's doing these things.
All of this shows is that Ninja isn't a very genuine person. He always claims that he hates being called fake and that people just love to hate him because he's popular, but he's totally oblivious to the fact that he is fake. He's always trying to put on this persona based on whatever his fans want or whatever a hot topic is, instead of actually just—
What are you talking about? Dude, you can't say— Bro, it's infuriating listening to like the profound unintelligence here. Like, you can't make this claim that he's pandering to what his audience wants when your claim is his audience hates what he's doing. It doesn't make sense. You don't have— your video is 12 minutes long and it doesn't even have any level of like logic or rationale in any level of inconsistency at all. Like, what?
He's always trying to put on this persona based on whatever his fans want or whatever a hot topic is, instead of actually just acting out his natural personality.
What are you talking about? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. You're saying that he's losing subscribers, or he's losing like viewership. People are liking him less, and yet he's trying to pander to his audience. These two things don't add up together. This is like really weird.
And Ninja's fakeness has gone beyond just trying to constantly play a persona and has reached into the realms of being—
I do think that the irony here that he's quoting Sneeko, and this is obviously before Sneeko had like his implosion, but is like he's quoting probably the most dishonest person on YouTube, which is Sneeko. Sneeko is literally the most dishonest person on YouTube. I mean, there's nobody else who is less honest than Sneeko. So like there's a profound irony in that, isn't there?
secretive about what's going on behind the scenes in his life. The final and certainly most interesting part of Ninja's dark side is without a doubt the decline of his appearance and physical health. The topic first became a point of interest on the 26th of January 2021 when a screenshot from a recent stream of Ninja's went viral on Twitter.
Ninja don't look too good. I think the ligma's getting worse. Is something wrong with Ninja?
The ligma's getting worse. Funny.
He looks kind of sick, and if that's the case, I hope he'll be okay. Why does Ninja look like
he's probably burnt out, not eating very well? That's probably all it is, but okay.
The concerns seem to be somewhat valid because when watching a video from literally only 10 months ago,
I'm proud of how I handled myself. I showcased myself and, obviously just continue to work hard and grind.
We can see that his physical decline has been somewhat rapid. And with such a rapid decline, his fans have speculated that the cause may be more than a simple nutrition problem.
I'm not sure the ingredients in Red Bull are good. This dude looks like a
yeah, that's a nutrition problem, Red Bull. Yeah, okay.
addict. Lol, Ninja looks so pale and rough. Looks like one of them dopeheads that look dead walking around my town sleeping while walking. Ninja looks like he's really into drugs or something. He's looking super rough, and he just looked a lot happier in his early days.
Various websites also began to spread a somewhat similar message of Ninja leaves fans worried with sickly physical appearance. And meanwhile, over on Reddit, almost everyone seems to have a somewhat similar opinion relating to a possible substance abuse problem.
You know that look where celebs get big and end up looking...
It's so weird to publicly speculate that somebody's a fucking drug addict. Like, holy shit. Like, what a really weird, like, it's terminally online thing to do.
Real rough compared to a few years ago. I just saw a video showing Ninja's face and was surprised. He looks completely changed, maybe even unhealthy. Anyone watching frequently?
That part seems true.
I'm late here, but I just so happened to turn on Ninja and couldn't help but notice his appearance. Looking at him now compared to only 2 to 3 years ago is insane. He looks ungodly.
It probably is those G Fuel sponsorships though, bro. Those things are crazy.
He's constantly fidgeting and he has scars.
Former professional Call of Duty player Adam Killer Sloss said that nobody talks about performance-enhancing substances because everybody uses them. The reason Killer had to retire...
Oh, that's true. Like, even in, like, professional sports, I don't know what performance enhancers you use in the gaming world. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it in some capacity. I just don't know what you'd be referring to. Maybe they're referring to, like, probably caffeine or something, I guess. I don't know.
From professional gaming was because without the substance abuse, you simply couldn't keep up with the other players who were doing it. And this certainly wasn't the first time a pro had made a claim along these lines. Back in 2015, after winning a $250,000 CSGO tournament, pro gamer Semphis credited much of the tournament win to the use of performance-enhancing substances.
We were all on Adderall. Like, it was pretty obvious, like, if you listen to the comms, people can hate it or whatever. Everyone does get Adderall at ESEA LAN, right? Yeah.
Is there a possibility that Ninja has had to take a similar path in order to become a pro on Valorant? Ninja isn't stupid. He knows that the reason he blew up on Fortnite in the first place was because he was simply the best player. And in order to become one of the best players in Valorant...
Well, my thing is maybe? But they're talking about competitively. I just feel like maybe he's on Adderall to try to be competitive in the game, but if this is more towards his like decline, maybe it's just like a mental health thing, but okay.
Certainly a possibility that Ninja is cutting corners and losing his physical appearance in the process. The overwhelming theme of Ninja's dark side appears to be a general lack of authenticity, constantly playing a fake persona that he thinks will appeal to an audience, pretending to care about social issues in order to gain virtue signaling points from his departing fan base, and a lack of transparency with what's going on behind the scenes in relation to his physical and mental health. Ninja seems to have some...
Well, why does he need to tell... What do you mean lack of transparency in his when it comes behind the scenes of his physical and mental health? Why are we privy to any of that information? Why would we even get access to that type of information? Like, we're not entitled to knowing what's going on behind the scenes with his physical or mental health at all. That's just weird. Okay, interesting.
Dirty skeletons in the closet, being hidden in order to maintain his personal image. But with a declining fan base, we really have to question whether or not this is such a good decision for his career.
Okay. Interesting video. I don't know, dude. Every time we watch SunnyV2, I mean, he's just very terminally online. I don't know what else to tell you.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.